Hi there, hi there. I would like to make a video about how not to listen to your mind. I'm having a few amazing shamans, goddesses in relationships that don't serve them in any way. And they're very afraid to leave because they are afraid to do the jump. They say they have no money. They say they have no jobs. They say they have no place to live. So I understand that these relationships have closed on them. I mean, it's not the relationship fault, of course. It doesn't matter the fault. The situation is you are thinking, your mind is giving you all the reason why not to do this jump. And I keep saying to them, you can't, if you believe the mind, you will not do it. But if you jump, it's like Jesus says, you don't jump when the net is there, you jump and then the net appears. That is faith. And that's what I've been doing. When I left Rome 11 years ago, left the Matrix. I left Rome with 300 euros. I got to Venice with 300 euros, with no credit cards, nothing. And I was shaking. So much fear came up in me. So much fear came up in me that I opened my wallet and I only had 200 euros. So I actually believed my mind, believed the fear, and I saw I had 200 euros. But I also had the conversation there that it was God, let's say. God is my higher self, that if I am afraid, it's not going to work out. But if I don't believe these, well, back then, this has been 10 years ago, more. If I completely let go and let God and let Him guide me, I'll be fine. And I was shivering and I was shaking and I was fine. I've been doing this like 12 years now. I got to Berlin one time from Rome. I got to Venice. I don't know how I got to Cannes. All was one big mystery, miracle after miracle, but I was in service. I didn't know what I'm doing exactly, but I was in service. I got to Cannes and I did an exchange with a woman. I took care of her kids. Like, that was all the divine plan, which I didn't know anything about. This was my first time to get out of the comfort zone. No, get out of the Matrix and really go with faith alone. Because up until then, even if I moved to Rome, to Korea, to there, I always got back into the Matrix and did jobs for money. But this last 12 years already, it's been all about the mission. And so I ended up in Berlin, and I remember I had, one time I had 20 euros and no credit cards. First of all, Berlin, it was the scariest part for me. I guess because there was so much poverty there, or like darkness, that I could feel the whole darkness. I would get in my room and have this black cloud of fear go through me. It was scary. I remember I had 20 euros to my name, and there was this guy, somebody came and asked me for falafel. It was 5 euros, and my mind said no, this is the last money you have, and my heart said yes. Because I was already back then really listening to the heart, I did the jump. I bought him the falafel. Everything opened up for me. I was invited for dinners. The next day I got 2 sessions. I made 100 euros, which allowed me to get out of Berlin. I saw Porto, and I went to Portugal. And there I saw crowns everywhere. These crowns were telling me that I'm higher in the Christ consciousness, yes? So I'm having this friend, and this is only a few of my stories. I'll tell them slowly, but it's been 12 years that all I do is my mission, and from faith I build up the muscle of faith. Now I understand it's really hard to not listen to the mind. The thing is, when she, for example, only listens to the mind, she's not going to move. I'm talking about one that I'm helping, but I see how hard it is for her to, and I tell her, just observe. The mind is just like a computer. So if you're gonna listen to the mind, you won't experience faith, because the mind will tell you every excuse in the world why not to jump. And the mind will also try to find all the reasons why you won't find the job or whatever. But that's why what I do is I say, not mine, but thine. I always say, it's not my plan, it's God's plan. Last year, I couldn't come into Cyprus, and I had no money at all because, oh my God, I have an ice cream. Thank you. I had no money at all because I spent all my money doing my missions in Europe. I mean, I made in Cyprus 3,500. Then I spent it in a month and a half traveling all over Europe, bringing down all the matrix. And I arrived to Israel with no money, and my mind was going crazy. Like, how am I going to survive? How? And finding solutions. And thankfully, back then I got this one guy, Robert Adams, that telling everybody, just ask, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? You have to understand, this is not you. This is not you. We are not the mind. We are not, this is just what they call the ego, but it's just this time out, this lifetime. You took a body, this body is full of memories, and the mind will keep telling you all the reasons why, according to the memories, you can't move forward. So that was one way to ask, who is it? Who is it thinking that? Who is afraid? Who is coming up with solution? Because the mind is always talking. It's like the stupidest thing ever. And I tell her, don't listen, or do this. Let go, let God. I let go, I let God. I let go, I let God. All day long. So you don't allow it, because the mind will drive us crazy. And the thing is, if she doesn't do that, she's going to stay in this toxic relationship. And that's going to kill her. But the mind will tell her, no, you can't move because you're going to die outside. No, it's the opposite. Okay, to be continued. Now I have an ice cream waiting for me. Don't listen to the mind. Just observe it. It's like this thing talking all day long. Blah, 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 blah. Don't listen to it. It's useless.